What's up? In this video, I am going to be doing an Akuma tier list, alright? A Shindo Life Akuma tier list. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so first off, and I'm going to try and make this quick for you guys, alright, is the regular classic Akuma, alright? It's got a classic auto dodge that doesn't really have any repercussions when you get attacked. It has a copy move, and then I believe it has a genjutsu. All of which are decent. You know, they're definitely not the greatest moves I've ever seen. It used to be good, but I'm gonna have to put it down at D. I think one thing that keeps it from, like, you know, below D, alright, is the customizable samurai spirit, which is really cool, alright. I really like that feature that you can customize your eyes and the samurai spirit. That's pretty nice. But moving on, we have the Raion Akuma, alright. This thing is basically the same move 3 times. I'm not even gonna lie to you, alright? The first move is an auto dodge, and, you know, when you get attacked, a big kind of Amaterasu fire comes out and attacks things around it. So it's already starting off decent for an Akuma, but then you see that the second move, which is kind of like a Chidori, but when you hit, it does the same Amaterasu fire. And then finally, the third move is the Samurai Spirit, full Samurai Spirit, bow and arrow. And when it hits something, you know, again, it does the Amaterasu, you know, AoE fire. Really not the greatest. You know, it's 3 of the same moves. And then the C-Spec is the same thing. Bow and arrow, Amaterasu fire, right? So I'm going to have to put this in the D tier as well. But definitely above the regular Akuma, alright? Next up, we have the newest addition to the game, the Sarachia Akuma. I really don't know how to say this, alright? But overall, from what I've seen, this is actually a really nice Akuma, alright? I'm really enjoying using it for combos. You know, it's good for extra damage. That first move, which I believe is the Lightning Senkos, I think, or Lightning Demon Warps. You know, it's a pretty effective move. You go up in the air, throw lightning stuff at your opponent, and then teleport to them, dealing around 30k damage total. The second move, I believe, is the fire move. Same thing, you teleport and you set them on fire. Not too much damage, though. And then finally, the third move, by the way, none of these require hand signs, is the, you know, the auto dodge, right? But I'm actually going to put this in the S tier, alright? I really like using this, and I think it's actually really nice, alright? But moving on, we have the Riser Akuma. The first move of the Riser Akuma is a auto dodge, alright? It has a reduced duration to only 5 seconds now, but overall, you know, it's a decent move, alright? And the second move, I believe, is Genjutsu move. It has a 3-second stun and puts a Genjutsu on you. You kind of see crows flying around. It does decent damage, however, definitely not my favorite move. And then the third move is Inferno, except it has a damage nerf, alright? It does only 10k damage, like, with the mode on, alright? It's like 7,000 points. Really not the greatest Riser, or Akuma, should I say, out of the batch, alright? But Riser Akuma is probably gonna have to go into C tier. I'm sorry, Riser Akuma users, but it's just not the greatest anymore, right? It got heavily nerfed multiple times, and it's just kind of sitting in the ditch now, alright? Next up, we have the Satori Akuma, alright? Now, this Akuma is decent, alright? So the first move, I believe, is the clones, and, you know, the third move is that kind of beam, that yellow beam that strikes down, damages stuff, and overall is a decent move. I definitely wouldn't recommend it for PvP, and that's why I'm going to put it behind Riser, except for the fact that it's really good for war mode. So, you know, maybe it'll go in, it'll go behind Riser, alright? Behind Riser in the C tier, alright? But next up, we have the Bankai Akuma. Arguably the best Akuma in the game to this point, alright? It's just broken. The first move is, you know, that, I believe it's the auto dodge. It's a decent auto dodge too. You put down a shadow clone, so your opponent's confused already. But it doesn't have anything like, you know, attacks when they attack. However, its second move makes up for that, being that Genjutsu, that killer Genjutsu. It lasts for like 5 to 10 seconds, sends them to another dimension. It's crazy, alright? They can't see anything, like they literally can't see. And then the third move is that auto lock, auto target Amaterasu, alright? It's crazy. I'm gonna have to put this at the top of our list right here. It is so good. And then moving on to Shindai, alright? So, Shindai is kind of confusing. It used to be insane. It used to be the greatest in the game, better than Bankai, and better than all of these, but it got nerfed. And then it got nerfed again, and it got nerfed again, and it's just been nerfed into the dirt, alright? Alright, so its first move is a clone move. They attack. It's decent for combos, although really not the greatest move in the world. The second move is that big fireball that you see. It'll slam down, deal around 30k damage, and it doesn't use up, all your chi now. It actually only uses up a little bit now. Still, the buff took too long. It's just kind of bad now. And then finally, that third move is that Genjutsu sleep move with that huge eyeball that you usually see when you're put to sleep. And it's kind of annoying, but I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. It used to be so good, and now it's just kind of trashy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, alright? And then finally, you've got the Shiver Akuma, right? This Akuma is decent. It's actually quality, alright? So when you pop the C-Spec, you actually get teleported into another dimension. It only uses up a little bit of your stamina, and so it's really good for Shindo World if you're trying to get somewhere. The fastest way to travel, I think, apart from the Ten Tails or the Minikaze move. Alright, those are very fast. But other than that, I really like this bloodline, this Akuma, should I say. Shiver has some decent moves, alright? Its C-Spec actually sends your opponent into another dimension, and that's why I'm going to put it into A, alright? You can just spam that C-Spec and that Q-Spec, and, send your opponent into the dirt, alright? But yeah, that is my full Akuma tier list. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you agree with me, then you can comment that, and if you disagree, you can also comment that. I really, want to hear you guys' opinions on this, because I wasn't really sure when making this. Shindai could have been higher, Shiver could have been lower, and then Sarachia, I really haven't seen anything on it, so I just put it where, I thought it should go, S tier. But yeah, maybe I'm a little biased, who knows, but, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day, and, don't forget to like the video and join the Discord. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.